What is up, my dudes? It's Pac-Man here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys another brand new episode of R6 Analysis, the show where I take your footage and show you where to best improve. So today we are checking out my man Reese.or6, basically someone that is playing in and around bronze. The main reason that he's looking to improve and get the skill level going up is because a lot of his friends in person basically play in platinum. So he wants to be able to, obviously improve his skills so that not only can, he play in there, he probably could play with them in, on an unranked account or something like that, but, not only to just like play with them, to be able to actually play with them and, not hold them back in the same way. So it's a very valiant excuse of wanting to improve. So I guess without wasting any time, man, let's get straight in and see what we can find. Okay, starting off, we are playing on a little bit of Oregon. You're on the Ace, my compadre. Basically, you probably already, if they're playing top floor as Ace, you probably won't want to be, basically what you probably want to be doing as Ace is either attacking the attic wall, so going for the attic wall over there to breach, right? Or going for the master wall, the master gen wall, somewhere over there. That's kind of where your hard breach is necessary, and you're the only hard breach. So either one of those two, if not both, that's probably what you want to be doing with Ace if you bring in the hard breach. So let's see if that's where you end up going. I actually went back 10 seconds by accident. Let's see if that's where you end up going. So it doesn't look like it. It looks like off the bat you're just going to be opening up big window. It's not bad to apply some pressure and drone from here, but you've kind of got a job to do. Like when one thing you have to remember when you're playing Siege is it's not like other games. It is like a lot of games, to be honest. A lot of like kind of competitive shooters. Everyone's kind of got a job to do. Siege more so than most. In Siege, each individual operator obviously has their own utility, and that utility usage is like super important to winning rounds. So if you're choosing Ace, good for you. That's fine. That's what I actually play in comp and most of the time in ranked as well. But if you're doing that, then it's your responsibility to use your utility, right? You're the only hard breach on the team. You have to open some walls. So there's two main walls that I mentioned before. That should be a priority, not just kind of creating pressure around big window and, doing some droning. Okay, it looks like your teammates have found a few early frags. I don't know if you have a mic. In-game mic, but I would definitely be calling that out as well as doing the tag. There's also a shield there, though, which you can also destroy with your Selma, which you might have to do, actually, thinking about it now. I don't think anyone else has the ability to destroy utility. Probably two, you're trying to find the kids player. You open up the soft wall. That can probably be shot out if that player's still bunks. No one's playing bunks anymore. You lose the drone. That's cool. Okay, someone did shoot it out. That's not too much of a deal. Too much of a big deal. Nice shot. So now, once you get that first kill, don't, in my opinion, don't wait. So once you find that first frag, the other guy is, dealing with people around attic. Just jump in. Literally, just jump in and start applying pressure. Get beside your jackal over here and trade this man. Rather than wasting too much time. The more time you waste, the more time you give your opponent to reposition, knowing what he knows now. Yeah, okay, the frost mount I was going to say.
2-1-B.
Planting there, that's a pretty good plant spot, to be honest with you. Hopefully the jackal can cover you up. Now, at this point, usually you'd say, like, maybe jump out the window. One of you can jump out the window, but you do need to be mindful of the fact that the where you've actually planted the diffuser, it's a really tough spot to to kill people off if you're playing from outside the window. So maybe one person jump back out the window and just hold like this long cross here. Just hold this cross and try and watch like this area here. Watch this swing. Being outside the window is still fine, but just be mindful if they jump on that diffuser and start smacking it straight away, you could be in trouble. Okay, there's a shield there. That's why you can't get past. And he's in kids. So that Jackal smoke, I'm not sure what all that was about, to be honest. But it doesn't matter. Nevertheless, you guys get the round. Yeah, well played, I guess. But just keep that in mind when you're playing Hard Breach or when you're playing a specific operator. Keep their utility at the forefront of your mind. Okay, round 2. So I'm not going to say the same thing twice. You're obviously going to big window again, which is completely fine. That's what you want to do. And obviously you didn't hear my advice. So I'm not going to keep chirping on the fact that you should be elsewhere. But let's see if they punish you guys for not actually, you know, getting any walls open and trying to do a push like that. There is actually a really good push that's becoming more and more popular, even in like higher reload and competitive play, which is basically like avoiding big tower altogether. So just taking like small tower, so the room below. Why is that so dark? So not dark. Taking small tower below you, obviously taking a small tower here, and pushing right up to like bottom white stairs and dining. And then using Buck to kind of displace a few of the guys like in and around kids. And then just jumping in big window with another player pushing up white. It's becoming like a really, really popular way of basically taking this site. And in that sense, you don't really need as much hard breach. But you still probably need a little bit if you're going for a push like that around on the other side of Gen. Just to apply more pressure, like the master closet wall. Oh, you're getting ran out on. That is unfortunate. Nothing much you can do about that. Where did that guy even come from? Did you over-drone him? Let's see when you bring this through. I think you might. Is he just laying prone right there? He must be. Yeah, he must have literally just been proning right there. Highly unfortunate. Don't stress too much about it. Okay, round 3. You're on the Thatcher. You're on the Thatcher now. You're on the AR-33 with the old ACOG. It's kind of flex, ain't gonna lie. So your teammate goes down straight away. They're opening up a window down here, big tower side. Probably not the best thing you could be doing, to be honest. Like if you're playing in solo queue, especially as someone that's like kind of new to the game, for the most part, just stick with your teammates. Like if you know the different pushes or you know different things that you want to do, don't be afraid to call out and ask your teammates to come with you. You know, take control. Most of the time, like most people are decent people and they will just, you know, do it. And, you know, especially if it works the first time, then they'll probably listen to you each time. But if you don't know necessarily, you know, how you want to structure your attacks or what you should be doing, a good rule of thumb is to just like, at minimum, just play with your teammates. So just literally, you know, go together, push together, use your drone to help your teammate, get your teammate's drone to help you, you know, pair up your Thatcher with your Ace or like your Thatcher with a Fragger and drone your, you know, your Zofia through. It's better than kind of solo pushing into nowhere because, you know, especially with the way that you're pushing right now, you're not really taking any useful ground. And you're kind of, you know, you've got teammates dying on the other side of the map and getting frags for that matter, but the action's happening elsewhere. So as a good rule of thumb, play with your teammates. Okay, so you're pushing towards meeting. It looks like you've taken the advice. You want to start playing with the teammates. They're already executing on site. You're kind of nowhere, you know, you're not really helping. You might find this kill on the bandit. He's got the shotty. That's dangerous. That is dangerous. Is he pushing? He is. He pushes with the pistol and you manage to find the frag. So I'd say there, just mechanically, you hit that nice shot in the first round. But one thing that I've noticed straight away, right, is how much you like, hang on, it's coming here, just when you take this gunfight, how much you swap to your QE spamming, right? And it happens here again. Your crosshair placement's very low. You're hoping that he's going to be somewhere there. But then, you're spamming your lean left and right. Now, I get when you're doing that to, you know, quick peek in and out of an angle, but for the most part, when you're actually in a gunfight, QE spamming just hurts. Like, it just doesn't do anything good for your actual aiming. You don't want to be just, like, spamming it based on, yeah, just spamming it for no reason. You kind of want to just, once you see someone, just bite into that shot, or else don't, you know, or else take a shot and dip out. But if you're in a gunfight and you're shooting at someone, don't spam your Q and E. Just literally gun them down. Just aim at them and try and be as accurate as possible and aim for that headshot, right? QE spamming doesn't actually do that much for you. Aside from that, you took a long time to catch up with your teammates. It's something that I touched on just before. So the biggest thing for this round would definitely be just don't, lone wolf it on the other side of the map, kind of, doing nothing and droning random areas. It doesn't really help. Stick with the team and you'll find way more success. Okay, round 4, and Mr. Dragon over here, Muzzy, has decided to double Rio off the kids' walls. That is questionable, I won't lie. Some people, you can actually see that happen every now and again, not commonly, but the only way that I would see that happening is in a late round situation. Oh my god, you're rearing white. Okay, so this sorry, I thought you were like, oh, you thought you had my back there, bro. So white wall definitely shouldn't be reinforced. Should be a rotate there. Because now, if they open the wall that's directly behind you, they only have, like, literally just this to worry about. And then they can plant there. You've given them a plant spot, in where you just reinforce. It makes it so much harder to contest the breach. Because now they can just freely walk through here without someone being able to contest them via the white rotation. White rotation is imperative. Definitely not reinforced. And then also, what I was talking about earlier doesn't even make it really matter, to be honest. Like, these walls over here, usually, just for the most part, in just common rank setups, you want to, have the rotation on the left side, so the far wall, and then you can either reinforce this wall or maybe do some feet holes, shotgun out some feet holes. Either way, yeah, that's just a general rule of thumb. Side setups are just so important. It can literally win you and lose you a game. That Banshee, sorry, I'd rather see that on white stairs. Yeah, that placement there in kids, just the chances of someone running into that, it's possible for sure late round, but I'd rather use them Banshees to slow them down, with 30 seconds left, 40 seconds left. Make them have to remove that utility. They can completely just avoid that utility. It depends on how they play it. Okay, this is getting funky. This is truly getting funky. I don't know what's going on with this mirror. I kind of like it. I don't mind it. Okay, so you decided to drop down. Not a bad idea. Shoot a drone, drop off, stay elusive. The one thing I would be aware of, though, is the basically the man count on site. So you're doing a long rotate now. When you think about it, you've got 2 teammates dead on site. You're doing a long rotate through attic. And, I imagine these attic walls are going to be reinforced. They might not be. I'm not sure what was actually reinforced there. But these are probably going to be reinforced. And then you're going to have to run the whole way back through either up white or up armory stairs. And in that meantime, it's a 5 versus 2 on site. So at this point, if you're flanking, you need to be flanking now. Like, right now, and you need to be picking up mad frags, or else you need to get back to site and try and hold some crosses with your teammates. I would imagine these walls are going to be reinforced, yeah. So, unfortunately, you're going to have to do the dirty and come the whole way back. Oh, found one on big window. Saucy. So once you take a shot like that and you shoot at this guy, don't stay like this in the window, because you're asking for someone to just like quick peek back around this corner and just rip you off this window. You don't really want to stay here holding this angle for too long. Take a shot like that guy did. You actually finished him off nicely. But yeah, I guess for a rule of thumb, don't leave yourself in the same position holding a hard angle unless it's like a real tight angle. Because most of the time you're just going to get just pre-fired off it. It's now a 4 versus 1 on site. You really need to start holding back. You got your pick, which is nice. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Okay, your teammate goes down. 1 versus 3 now. There's a TK. White is reinforced. There's a mirror. It's working against you. A blitz. It looks like a GG. I won't lie to you. It's not looking good from here. It's unlucky you missed a shot on the Twitch. And she finishes the job. Yeah, so with that, just be really careful with like how far away from site you are when the pressure's piling up. I get going for, a flank or trying to get a quick pick, but you need to be back on site with your teammates, especially when you're man down. When you drop down that hatch, maybe you could have just flanked white stairs and tried to kill a guy that might have been trying to push up white stairs. Or you could have maybe, gone through armory if they were pushing that side, or like just did a flank there and then if you're going to. Otherwise, you just need to come back and actually help your teammates hold the crosses, because there's just too much pressure on site. There's too many things to watch. Okay, round 5. Let's run it back. With Mozzie pests like that, you'd rather just put them on doorways, bro, because otherwise they can get all the information they need. They can just kind of like strafe out, get all the information they need. They could probably even avoid that, to be honest. They could just scurry around it. So put it on the doorways. That means they just cannot cross through the doorway. And man, you gotta run the 1.5 times on the Roni. Telling you, man, it is getting nerfed ASAP. But it is too saucy at the moment. I'm not sure what you're doing here, bro. This is funky. It's highly unfortunate. That's highly unfortunate. To be honest with you, that's why you actually usually have the rotate on the other side, because if you have your reinforcements the way you had them for big window, if your rotate is on the right side of the wall, the side that you were just punching, they have a clear angle from big window to just basically cut that rotate off. So you just, again, so I mean, site setup is just imperative. So just for a basic rule of thumb, remember that rotate going into attic is on the left side. Reinforce the right side. All right, match point 2-3. Drones are flowing through. Just a quick FYI again. So basically on this site, you definitely want this side not reinforced and just like shotgun out basically head height holes just there, just like a line across, and then reinforce this side, so that because with these two reinforced, it gives the enemy way too much space in freezer. They can just kind of take freezer and do as they please. It gives them so much real estate. Whereas with this open, they have to be aware to, someone peeking from here. Obviously, still people in freezer. You got to be aware to people over here, like behind the washing machine. Maybe someone even swinging close like that. It's just it's a really powerful line of sight. You definitely want to have that bit unreinforced. And then a rotate on that corner with hatches reinforced. It's probably your most like basic setup, I guess. Basic like Oregon basement setup. All right, 2:30. Still kind of setting up and dilly-dallying a little bit. It's all good. You guys are in desperate need of a rotate on that corner, especially now that the smokes have been coming down. These boys are probably going to be executing. Really, you should be asking that Valkyrie can use a C4, or saying like, Rook, do you have impacts? Because you need to be able to support, and someone needs to be able to, basically from your position, rotate into washing machine. Like rotate just around the corner. This is a recipe for disaster right now, to be honest with you. They've droned you out. And now, unfortunately for you, your only line of sight here is a very small group, this very small hole. So think about, where's the enemy going to aim, right? So if you peek your head in there, they're probably just going to be looking at you. That's reinforced. Whereas if you had that rotate there, you might have some chance, but this is looking grim. This is looking grim. Nice shot into the ace. Mechanically, you're not too bad, especially in your one-on-ones. It's really just, I don't know, it seems to be like you just need to play this game more and play in a stack. I don't know, because this seems, making decisions too early, but nice shot there onto the twitch again. Mechanically, you're quite smooth for a bronze player. Like you do look smooth. Okay, they're in washing in the corner. Oh, that's unfortunate. You got shot from the rotate. Is what it is. You pre-fired a little bit early on that shot, but that's probably what I would have done as well. Look, for the most part, man, what I would be working on if I was you is just general game sense and game knowledge. Just go to YouTube and look up like basic Oregon setups and basic reinforcements, right? Or what I did and what the vast majority of people do is just play the game a ton, right? And meet players that are better than you, and and watch what they do. And if they say no, don't do the reinforcement here, do it here. Go, okay, why? Like, okay, no worries. Why do you do it that way? And they'll explain it. That's the biggest thing missing. It's hard to tell you what you should be doing here, because your site setup is just completely wrong. Like, you don't have the correct rotates, you don't have the correct lines of sight. So with that, if you had the right setups, it's a lot easier to tell you what you're doing wrong in them setups. But what I can tell you that you're doing right is mechanically you look like you're on the right track. You look a little bit sharper than most of the guys that I see in bronze. You look like you could be playing in silver pretty comfortably, just based off mechanics. It's basically the main thing is that yeah, just your general game sense and game knowledge. Your friends that are playing in platinum at the moment, yeah, I would be leaning on them. As long as you can hold your own mechanically, you'll pick the rest up with time. You'll pick up, like, you know, you'll pick up your decision making, you'll pick up the reinforcements, you'll pick up how to play different scenarios, especially if you're surrounding yourself with better players. But for now, you just need to grind, keep playing, watch streamers, see how their sites look and try and replicate them. You know, if you can't, if you don't have anyone to play with, you can play smoke, right? So you could bring smoke shotgun with the SMG-11 and just literally get good at that, because you want your sights to be a certain way and you want the, you know, things to be the right way. So you can just say, hey, you know what, I'm actually taking charge of this. Or you can just, you know, even just as simple as play an operator that's got impact, so you can do the rotates. They're very, very like kind of fundamental, like elementary sort of concepts of Siege, but man, you cannot go any further unless you know them and unless you practice them and live by them. So that's what I'd be focusing on. But you have a lot of upside, dude. You have a lot of upside, honestly. There's a lot of potential here. I think mechanically you're quite sharp. Watch that QE spamming, but you're on the right track there. So yeah, I'm excited to see how you improve. I imagine if I was to take a punt, I would say you'll be playing in gold within the next 3 to 6 months. 3 months. Well, come on. Next season, you're in gold. Maybe the season after. Maybe play silver next season, and then the season after you're in gold. Easy. So you're on the right track, my dude, and I wish you all the best, and thank you very much for sharing the footage with me, and I hope you picked up a thing or two. As always, thank you very much, Pittsburgh Knights, for allowing me to share this with the channel. I appreciate the support as always, and if you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to like and subscribe. It means a lot, and it helps out a ton. Yeah, but without rambling on for too long, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.